in I suppose a very successful win the other night in the cup. A hard fought battle, but you got there in the end. You got the winner, and that should give you confidence. They're going back into league action this week.
Yeah, obviously winning is helpful. I thought the first half was average last week. I thought the second half was better. We were more aggressive with our play. So look, we'll be looking to do it right through the end of the season. 9 games left potentially. So and every one of them is a cup final for us.
Shelbourne are the opponents this week. It'll be a tough game in Talca Park, and I mean you just need to get points on the board in every game now, as you say.
Yeah, look, we obviously want to get out of the bottom too. That's got to be our ambition. There is loads of points between now and the end of the season. So starting this weekend, so we've got to make sure we put in a good shift and see where we go. It'll be a difficult game. Shels are going well. David O'Neill a spot in Europe and whatever. But things are turning around for us as well. I do see signs of improvement, so hopefully we can push on right through the end of the season.
I mean, it could be the way things could go. It could be a great end to the season. Avoid the bottom two, stay up, possibly get to a cup final. Who knows? Or it could go the other way. There's a lot of uncertainty there, isn't there?
Yeah, but from our end of it, I'm looking at the good side of it. Yeah, wouldn't it be great if we made the cup final? Wouldn't it be great if we get out of the bottom two? And then we could plan for next season in a more comfortable situation. At the minute, we're in the mix for both those scenarios. So look, let's embrace the challenge and give it our best. I've no doubt everybody in the dressing room, they're all clued in. They all know the consequences of not winning matches, etc., etc. So we do want to get out of the bottom two, and we do want to get to the cup final.
Looking at Shelbourne as opponents, they proved tough opponents this season, and they're a difficult side to beat, aren't they?
Yeah, they're well set up. They defend the numbers, etc., etc. They've improved every year on year with Damien over the last few years. So we're expecting a tough game. As I say, they've got an eye in a spot in Europe, and we've got an eye on getting out of the bottom two.
Are we fixed injury wise and so on?
Nobody else back that I'm aware of at the minute that'll make any impact for the weekend, but I think the following week we'll probably have 1 or 2 back.
Alright, thanks Liam.
Liam, first chance to talk to you about the cup draw. You wanted a home draw anyway, and against your former club, so can't complain too much with that.
Yeah, delighted with the home draw because the crowd do have an impact down here, so it's great from our end of it. We need the lads to have a big game that night. Because there's a lot at stake, and we just wanted to first end up having a game in the Aviva next November, kind of way. So looking forward to that. It'll be a tough game, but look, we're going to be in the mix. Somebody's going to win it, and why can't it be us?
Yeah, and you obviously have a very good track record in the cup, winning it twice, and once with St. Pat's, of course.
Yeah, that was a special occasion for the club. Very much, we hadn't won it in 53 years at the time. We were beaten in a previous cup final before that, 2 years before that as well. Listen, they're a great club. Delighted for them to going so well now, etc., etc. That said, it will be a great achievement for us now, and a great for our group and the development of them going forward for us to get to a final. So unfortunately, Pats are part of that journey. So obviously, it's going to be one of the toughest matches we'll have this season. But look, we'll be in the mix for it, that's for sure.
Yeah, you drew them, of course, your most recent match in Dublin 1-1, so you know to get a result against them anyway, and you can compete now.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, down here we were leading and we got stung with 2 goals that were very dubious, to be honest. But that said, there won't be a huge amount in the game, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah, and you're home to them again before the cup match as a dress rehearsal.
Yeah, it's an interesting week. 3 points in the league, and obviously a cup final spot up for grabs. Listen, again, they have ambitions to be in the top 4. So there's no easy games for us right through the end of the season, but we have an ambition to get out where we're at. So listen, we just got to make sure we embrace this challenge, as I said, and give it our best shot.
Yeah, obviously your focus this week is on tomorrow night against Shells. What type of game do you anticipate again against them? Obviously you know a lot about them and they're a strong outfit.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they have a style, plenty of movement in their players and whatever. From where we're at, we've got to make sure we dig in and give ourselves a chance of getting something out of this game. There's areas that we feel we can exploit, please God, and there's areas we have to make sure we cover in relation to their strengths. So we've had a chat about that this week. So look, let's bring it on and see how we go.
Yeah, you've enjoyed a lot of home success in the last few weeks, Liam, with the away record, as you know, 1 win, 6 points. But you've been in a lot of games away from home as well, haven't you?
Yeah, there has been. Yeah, we've been a little bit unlucky in one or two of them, to put it mildly. The Dundalk game up in Dundalk, how we've lost that game is beyond me. We've gone to the 90th minute, we get 2 players sent off, which killed the game. But anyway, look, leaving that aside, from where we're at, yeah, our home form has been good, our away form we need to improve on. But look at everybody, if we just have it as a mini league from here right in, we got 7 league games, 2 cup games, please God. So the 7 league games, we've got to make sure we get enough points to get ourselves out of trouble. And it starts tomorrow, so we need to make sure we put in a shift.
Yeah, and just a final one, what kind of shape are you in going into it tomorrow night?
Yeah, not too bad. Ali came off the other night, but it was an impact injury, so he'll be available for selection. Failing that, I don't think anybody else knew that we come back into the group from where we're at. I think we'll have 1 or 2 next week, but not for this weekend.
Good luck tomorrow night.
Thanks, Trevor.
Perfect. I'll go to the lads online there now. John, I'll go alphabetically. So, John Fallon, over to you if you have any questions.
Howdy, lads.
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Good, I don't know what's going on with the blower there. So, Liam, just you mentioned just about who's available. Like, just to clarify, who was out and who was close to coming back next week?
Right. Barry Coffey is close to coming back, so we'll see how that goes. Dara Crowley's obviously over the season. Rokas, we're just waiting on a scan back to have clarification on his injury, but he won't be available. Kevin Kosovic is back in train. Sorry, he'll be back in train next week, so we just want to have him the weekend. Tiernan Brooks is back in training, so again he'll be available next week or so. And Cal O'Sullivan's the other player we have. He just picked up a knock in an under-19s game, so he'll be just unavailable for this week, I think, going forward.
And then looking at the ones you brought in, Malik had a major impact on Friday. You know, has he settled now? I know you had the very interesting debut in Drogheda, but do you see a lot more to come from him?
Yeah, he's done well. Yeah, I'm very pleased with his attitude and application. So we just need him to push on. Like, in fairness, he's only played. He wouldn't have played a half dozen games at this stage, that kind of way. So, but he's done well for us, in fairness.
And just you mentioned that mini league that you're in. Like, you got 2 games over the next 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Like, do you see it at this stage between yourselves and Sligo? Do you think Drogheda 8 points are probably too far ahead?
No, I don't. I listen. In a heartbeat, this weekend there's 6 points up for grabs. In a heartbeat, I don't know if we were going to win 2 games. All of a sudden, everybody will draw her back in the mix. So, as long as we can potentially catch it, we've got to keep them in eyesight. And it'll be a tough run in for everybody. There's no easy matches. There's a lot of teams above us all playing for Europe, from Shells up, Shells, Pats, Derry, Bows, Rovers. They're all chasing Europe, kind of way. And there's just this bottom scenario here where we've got to try and just pick up enough points ourselves. We're not going to get out of trouble by hoping the other teams lose. We're going to have to win a few games. So let's bring it on and see can we get that done.
Like you mentioned, I think you've 7 left. Would you have to win 4 or 5 of them?
Well, I don't know. I can't put a number on it. I can't put an amount of points on it. But every game there's an opportunity. So we just got to take it one game at a time and see what we can eke out. We need to be coming up with an 8 out of 10 performance every week, and if we do, we'll give ourselves a chance of picking up points. We've already beaten some of these teams. We've beaten Shamrock Rovers and drew with them up in Tala and whatever. Now I know there was circumstances with the sending offs and all that. I appreciate that. We've beaten Bows. Did we beat Pats? No, we drew a Pats up there. Look, there's, anything can happen in these games, and the games are expected to win. Like some people say about UCD have took points off us. They've took points off other clubs as well. So you can't be guaranteed any points. So we've got to make sure that our application is 100% moving forward for the last 7 games.
Great, thanks, Liam.
Okay, John. Nice catching up.
Perfect. Neil, over to you if you've any questions you want to add.
Thanks, Liam. Sorry, I'll keep it short. I'm on a GA match. Just that you mentioned there about most of the teams having something to play for. Does that make it harder to string a run towards the end of the season? You're less likely to get kind of freak results when everyone has something at stake.
You're 100% right, and that's why it'll be difficult for those teams as well playing against the bottom teams, because we have something to play for as well, kind of way. And they're pressure games for different reasons. But from our end of it, we've got to embrace the challenge, and please God to say, if we can pick up enough points, great. Failing that, we just have to move on.
What are Shell's greatest strengths?
Well, obviously defensively they haven't conceded too many goals from general play and all that sort of stuff. They do get bodies back in numbers. Difficult to break down from that end, and they're good on the counter attack. So they've picked up this season. They've done better again year on year over the last few years. So and it wouldn't surprise me to see them looking for a spot in Europe.